Howdy everybody and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Brick Travie, and today I went to Brickfest Live so you don't have to. So in today's video, I'll tell you guys that I did go and drove about an hour to go to this event. I've seen the very bad reviews of this event and I just kind of wanted to experience it for myself. So to get the full bad experience, I went and spent the $40 pass. So after taxes, it was $50 to go to this event. So for $50, you get my bag of goodies here. A VIP lanyard that says Brickfest Live. You get a lapel pin that says Brickfest Live. As well as a build, which is maybe 20 pieces. So, yeah, so that's what's included in your $40 ticket. So I think the standard admission is $20, and then this was the extra $20. And but that's not all. That's not all you get. You got to draw a picture. So I drew me a little chicken, or colored chicken, and for doing that, they give you a pencil. I chose the Lego Batman movie one because I use pencils. And then I turned around and bought me a shirt just to say that I went to the event. The shirt was $25 and it says Brickfest Live. Let's fold that back up. And then probably my favorite thing I did all day was there was a guy from the Little Bricks charity that holds the Guinness World Records for walking across Lego bricks barefoot. And he had his charity there today where if you donated, you were giving Lego to children at children's hospitals. So, of course, I donated to that. And he gave you a little business card that has a little Lego brick on it. Just cool. Something real cool. That was probably my favorite part. I did walk across his little Lego brick thing barefoot, so that was you know, a little grody, but you know, that's fine. But let's talk about the event as a whole. So I already knew the event was going to be bad just from what I've seen online. So you walk in the door and it's at the state fairgrounds here in North Carolina. That's right, the one I went to. It was in a fairly large building and they had everything spread out. So it was like there was almost nothing in there. So right off the bat, you feel like, ugh, there's not much in here. So immediately you walk around and there's a corner there that had all of their in-house statues, the ones that it's a traveling Lego show. So there are statues that they had, and there might have been 10 of them, and all of the pictures for them are online. Like, there's nothing extra there. It's just the 10 they travel with. I think it's like Darth Vader, Play-Doh, a Woody, a witch, a robot, Aztec warrior. I'm missing like 2 or 3 there, but I said there really wasn't a whole lot there. They had several building stations for kids, so they had a big block, a big pit just that kids could just walk in and build Lego. They had a white structure build, so I guess they had a central structure. It's white. You'll see it in the video I showed you earlier and a little later. And then you kind of build it and they'll add it to that structure, or they'll just set it around it so it looks like it's a big city. They had a glow-in-the-dark section, which I don't think those were real Lego bricks. It's just UV printed bricks, UV light bricks. And they have black light set up, so when you finish your little build, you set it up there and it glows in the dark. And they had, of course, the big portrait thing that I think every Lego convention does, where you build like a 16 by 16 block or 32 by 32, whatever it is, and you build a big picture and you put it in there and it basically makes one big picture, which I did one just to help out and kind of get something out of my $40 that I spent. I also did one of the smaller ones, and as soon as you finish it, they take it apart. Like, they had a wall there for you to put them up. They immediately wiped them off and put them back into the buckets. And I was like, well, you know, what's the purpose of that? You know, especially if you're a kid that spent 30 minutes putting one by one blocks onto a plate. just to have an adult go back into a thing. So that was a little like, They also had an in-house vendor, so they buy and sell Lego, they sell Lego sets there. Everything there is sold in the Lego store, and they have like a 20% markup on every single Lego set in there. So do not waste your money buying Lego sets from their little show. I said that they had minifigure packs, but they're all like from recent ones. I mean, you most likely have them. And they had some Lego stationery, so like the pens and pencils, but at like a 20% markup. It wasn't like value of them, which I understand they have to make money, but at that point, why even sell it? Because, I doubt they're making enough money from that, because they're obviously making all their money from the ticket prices, because there's literally nothing there for you to pay $20 for, or let alone $40. Like I said, my favorite part was that little charity thing, and it was a little itty bitty booth in the very back. They did have a 501st vendor there. So it was a woman that was dressed up like Bo-Katan, and she was just advertising for people to join the 501st. That's also a charity that works with children's hospitals and events and stuff. She was very friendly, and she made her own uniform and everything, so that was really cool. And they also had the Ghostbusters there. That was pretty interesting. I didn't get any pictures of those two. I know some people are kind of weird about having their picture taken, so I didn't get any pictures of that. But that was very cool to see. There was a couple of things on display. My favorites were probably the guy that did all the miniatures. I've seen those before, but he did a really good job. I mean, they were probably this big. There's probably about 30 of them, but he took up like 5 tables, and there was nothing behind him. It was just that. And on the other side, somebody did a Mad Max vehicles. Like they did like 20 or 30 Mad Max vehicles. Very cool. And then there was a guy that had a vintage Lego City. Vintage. So it had all the old road plates, all the Exxon gas stations, and the train. Very cool. I really enjoyed that part of it. But the rest of it were just kids that had just brought sets in to display. It was sets that you buy in the store right now. So that was a little weird to see people displaying stuff like that, but they were. But yeah, if you're going to take your kids to this, I wouldn't recommend it. There are better conventions around here. Brick Universe in Raleigh, that is a much better convention. Or maybe even Brick Fair, Virginia. That's the one I go to every year. Absolutely phenomenal. I 10 out of 10 recommend that. It's a full day's worth of stuff to do there. They have vendors that are actually selling stuff at a reasonable price. And food. There was no food in this one. So there you have it. That's my thoughts on the VIP pass at the Brickfest Live. 0 out of 10. I did not enjoy the day. I drove an hour. I kind of forgot. I also met a Lego Master from the show Lego Masters. I have no idea who he was. He never told me his name. He did sign his name on the back of my pass. But he was eating, and it was kind of weird. He's like, "Hey, I'll sign your pass," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, here." And then he was like, "I'm also selling my custom minifigure here. I've also signed it, but it's $30." And I was like, "Oh, I really just don't know you. Like, I know it makes me sound kind of bad, but I just didn't know who he was." And he didn't win, so I've never actually seen the Lego Master show. I need to catch up on the times and watch it, because I've heard it's a very, very good show. And all the other Lego Masters that I've seen just kind of want you to follow their socials and kind of get to know them. Like they're actually really nice people. He just kind of seemed like he was trying to sell stuff, and that was kind of lame. But like I said, 0 out of 10, maybe a 1 out of 10, just because of the charity thing they were doing there. But outside of that, don't waste your money, don't waste your time. There's much better things to do with Lego around throughout the year. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to include all the pictures and videos I took right after this, so stick around to see that, and I hope to see you next time.